Elite see this as a war on those that it considers weak, stupid, undesirable, or unfit to survive. If you succumb to their poisons, then you're weak. If you can't work out what is happening to you, then you're stupid. If your skin is the wrong colour, then you're undesirable. And if you're not part of their gang, you are unfit. In this day and age, survival is the best form of resistance. And your best chance of survival is to turn away from the medical system that genocidal criminals have provided you with and take back responsibility for your own health. So let's start with the food that we eat. If you get your groceries from a place like this, then it's not food that you're eating. I would say that 98 to 99% of what you find in these places is not actually food, but synthetic chemicals or chemical and textural extracts processed and artificially flavoured and coloured to look like food. The rotting meat in the delicatessen section is bathed in carcinogenic sodium nitrate and potassium nitrate to preserve it, and treated with poisonous carbon monoxide to keep it red and fresh looking. Food is not our friend. The first myth that we need to dispel is that food goes inside our bodies and somehow becomes part of us. It doesn't. Food doesn't go inside us. I know. We eat an apple and the apple goes inside us, but it really doesn't. Consider the donut. Everywhere you look on the donut, you're looking at the outside of it. Even when you look down the hole in the middle, it's still the outside of the donut. Imagine stretching out that donut into a long tube. Even if you look down into the hole, you're still looking at the outside of the donut. Put a set of teeth on one end and a bottom hole at the other, then you have us. Food doesn't go inside us, it goes through us. Our intestinal lining is made up of modified skin cells, and our stomach is just a bulge in a tube. If you were to carefully measure what you eat and what comes out of you, you'll find that 99% of what you put in comes directly out again. A very tiny proportion is absorbed into the body, but it too is ejected after performing a stimulatory action. And this is what food actually does. It provides a type of stimulation that the body reacts to. Imagine if you were walking through a forest and you accidentally brush against some stinging nettles. A chemical reaction occurs on the skin's surface, but inside the body, all sorts of processes are stimulated into action. Increased blood flow to the area, white blood cells are produced. There's a histamine response, culminating in a painful, itchy welt under the skin. The stinging nettles didn't penetrate the skin or become part of it. It merely stimulated an internal reaction. When you eat, the chemical content of the food contacts the modified exterior skin cells and stimulates an internal reaction. And that reaction is provoked because the food is toxic to some degree, and the body responds in order to protect itself from it. Another common misconception is that food provides the body with energy. It doesn't. In fact, the opposite is true. Food drains the body of energy while providing none. Not only does it take energy to raise a response to the stimulation that food provides, but it takes up to 80% of the body's energy to digest or get rid of the food. I mean, how do you feel after having a big meal? Do you feel energized and bursting with energy? Or do you feel tired, lazy and lethargic? Most people feel the need to eat 3 square meals a day, which means they're running on 20% of their energy all day, which is barely enough to keep you walking around. And it's partly why we find it so difficult to recover from illness and injury. We simply don't have the energy. And here's a good tip. The longer the shelf life, the shorter yours. So the best you can possibly do regarding food is to go as high up HOTAME's list as you can and have as little food as possible. So that might take the form of one meal a day of mainly fresh, organic, juicy fruits and berries, and the occasional light leafy green salad, avoiding dense earthy root vegetables and salad dressings except coconut oil and perhaps lemon juice. So in effect, you're limiting the amount of work the body has to do reacting to and eliminating the food. But you can go one better and adopt a program of fasting into your routine by choosing 2 days out of the week, say a Monday and a Thursday, and not eating anything at all on those days. And once the body gets used to this routine, then fast for an entire week out of each month. Fasting is a very effective tool for repairing and maintaining the body, and quite simply it works by freeing up the massive amounts of energy that the body would have used to digest food, so that it can be reallocated for repair and maintenance. When you fast, your body immediately makes use of the extra energy to start eliminating toxins from itself. So you will experience what are known as detox symptoms or a healing crisis. The toxins have to leave the body somehow. So you may notice bad breath, greasy hair, weakness, tiredness, aches and pains, or some ailment might seem to flare up. The medical profession will tell you that these symptoms are a problem and a danger sign that you're lacking nutrition or minerals or something. But this is a lie. Before your body can heal, it must eliminate all the toxins that are harming it. If you remember one thing from this presentation, remember that if you ever get sick, stop eating and rest. Allow your body the energy that it needs to accomplish its healing tasks.